Alright, 100 days of drawing. Here we go, let's run through all these. It's been a while since I made a video. It's been a year since I did Inktober, and this is when the project started out. So the first 30 are, well, none of them really are prompts anyway. They're just 100 drawings, let's be honest. I don't really follow the prompts. This is one of my favorites right here. On day 5, I went to the farmer's market and I got this pretty cool marbled book. Shout out Kelly. Rest in peace. I've never really filled up a sketchbook like this with like good drawings. All my sketchbooks are just kind of like, scribbles and notes and like the off chance there's a good drawing in there, but I feel like anytime I've ever seen a sketchbook tour on YouTube, every page of the book is just this beautiful illustration or like this perfect drawing, and I'm like, that can't actually be what your sketchbooks are like. I've never had a sketchbook like that. This might be a first, but there's still a little bit of like bullshit inside. But I feel like everybody just has these like beautiful sketchbooks. Every page is filled with a great drawing. Anyway, this is the closest I've ever come to doing that with these little characters. A lot of these little drawings right here are like tiny, super small. This is probably like the size of a quarter. Last video I went through like all my inspirations, and like this one my pen exploded. Yeah, so in the past I've gone through like my inspirations and like shit like that. I'm not really doing that. There's too many drawings here. We're just flipping through them. Tell me which one's your favorite though in the comments, if you like anyone in particular. Like this guy right here, this wizard. Or any of the little characters with tiny little arms. I don't know. I like drawing these little arms. I feel like it completely changes the character, or it just makes him into a character just by adding arms. Same with eyes. So it's been a while since I've made a video. Over a year actually, but I moved into a new house. I got myself a new studio. I don't share a studio with my partner anymore. Got plenty of space in here for so much room for activities. So I'm glad I got my own space now. Maybe I'll do a studio tour video. It's slowly but surely starting to get set up just how I like it. Got this nice gigantic table for doing art and filming it. I got more space to paint. I feel like I can just like do bigger projects. Sometimes like in my old studio, I felt like I didn't really have the physical space to express myself that I felt like I needed, I don't know, maybe that just gives me more space to accumulate art supplies. I feel like for every one project I actually do, I accumulate the supplies for like 10 more. So most of these drawings here, I really like this one. This eye, super inky. It was like with a brush. A lot of these drawings are really bullshit. Like when you have to do a drawing a day for 100 days, like that's a lot. And you kind of run out of ideas, or just like you gotta go for whatever. Even if it's a piece of shit, you gotta post it and just move on. That's kind of like the whole lesson here. It was just like, see if I can do it. 100 days. It doesn't really matter what you draw, you just gotta draw something. So like definitely towards the end here, you can tell that all my drawings got like way more shitty and low effort. But I definitely had some bangers as well. That's pretty much the end of that book. This one was a collaboration with some of my friends. We put it on like a Lazy Susan in the middle of a table. Just spun it around and drew on it with a bunch of different mediums. This one was also a collaboration with my brother, who has a really chaotic art style. And the whole thing to me looks like Sid the Sloth. Like here's a Sid the Sloth down here, and there's one like up here, and another on the left side. We just thought it looked like Sid, so we just started like adding in a bunch of small drawings of Sid the Sloth. What a guy, what a character. this day I got a Lord of the Rings tattoo, so I decided to try to draw the dragon. Here's a finger for scale on these, so you can really... Alright, hold up. This is the best thing that I came up with for the whole project. I made these little wiggly lines and just really loved them, and I just kind of tried to refine them for like 4 different days, and I ended up with this like little... It reminds me of like a old school Pokemon map, or like some type of Nintendo map. I don't know. I really like what happened there. This one kind of reminds me of like the rumor weed from VeggieTales. If anyone, if any of y'all are hip to that. So about this day, I asked some people for some requests to see if they wanted me to draw anything. I have like, I think I did like 4 maybe. Like this one, Axolotl, that was a request. So I had to try to draw one of those. I think it went pretty well. These couple right here, these small ones, probably the worst. Right there, that's the worst of the whole 100 days, I think. This was a request from my mom. We used to have a wiener dog. I started drawing in this tiny little... Oh, okay. I got a kendama for Christmas. I started getting super into it, so I was like just super compelled to draw a kendama. It's a great shape, and it's a lot of fun. It's a great toy. This is the best request that I got. A piranha plant, eating a piranha plant, eating a piranha plant, eating a piranha plant. Beautiful. The cycle of life. If you noticed, I skipped 44. 44 was just this little inside right here. This was another request. Some sort of like... And this is the final drawing. This was the first time I ever used a VR headset, and I went in there and tried to draw. It reminds me of like Minas Tirith from Lord of the Rings, where like, you know, the... Oh, what's his name? You know, the guy with the cherry tomatoes. You know, he like catches on fire and jumps off the tip of it. That's what this was kind of inspired by. Anyway, so yeah, there we have it. 100 days, 100 drawings. It's been a little while since I've actually made this, but you know, I had to throw it out eventually, and what better time than the 1 year mark? Yeah, let me know which one was your favorite, and maybe I'll make some videos like more regularly. Maybe not. I don't really know. You know, it takes me a lot of time to get my art out sometimes. Whatever. Alright, I will catch you next time. This is Evan Likesink with 100 Days of Drawing. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, all that bullshit.